So on this channel, we make all sorts of videos about free skating, anywhere from tutorials to trick montages. But in this video, I thought I'd strip it down a bit and talk about free skating form. So when you look at the people at the top, like the pro free skaters, they make free skating look like really good. And I think as free skaters, we would all like to get to that level. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to look smooth on free skates. I think it's important to mention that all free skaters went with this, no matter how experienced or how good they make it look. Everybody looked like a baby deer learning to walk. So the first, and I would argue probably most important tip, is to spend as much time as possible on your free skates. So when I first got free skates, I was in the perfect environment to do this. I would free skate every single day to class, back and forth, and then even in between classes or in my off time, I would spend some time free skating as well. Just any moment I got to go out and skate, I took. And as a result, I learned a whole lot about cruising and how to stop, how to speed up, how to pump more efficiently, how to weave in and out of crowds. It doesn't have to be in this college setting. Just any time you can spend on the free skates is going to do wonders for your form and teach you a lot about how the skates work. And this can be said for free skaters of all levels. As far as specific tips, I would say the first one is keeping your knees bent. So this is a really important one if you want to feel comfortable on the skates. While you keep your knees bent, definitely keep your body upright in just a neutral stance. Don't lean forward too much because that just, number one, throws you off balance, and then number two, just makes your form look off. Another one that I struggled with in my first couple of years of free skating was keeping my arms at my sides. So you might not know you're doing this at first, but maybe film yourself and see if you're doing it. Your arms should really be down at your sides, not up in the air like mine used to be. What I used to do is hold my left arm up behind me for some reason and wave it back and forth. I would call that pretty bad form, and it made it look like I really didn't know what I was doing. So definitely keep your arms down at your sides. No matter how much you wiggle your arms around, it's not going to help your feet do the motion, so the motion is in your feet. Your stance is going to be really important. So for stance, you don't want to spread your skates too far apart. What this is going to do is really restrict your range of motion. The closer your feet are together, the more range you'll have as far as your pump. I will say putting your skates super close together allows for more chance to fall when they're close together, and if they shift to one side of you, that can result in a fall, so just be wary of that. But in general, you don't want your skates to be too far apart. One other big thing I struggled with when I was in college is only pumping with one foot. I think it wasn't until around 3 years into my progress that I started working on this. I realized I was primarily using my front foot to pump everywhere and not so much my back foot. It's totally fine to spend your first weeks, months practicing free skating with primarily one foot, but eventually you'll want to work in the other foot. The whole form is even and you're pumping evenly. For me, adding the other foot in there also came with some benefits as far as efficiency. So I could accelerate faster, pump faster overall. As you would expect, using both skates to pump will result in more efficiency. The next tip we mentioned in our video about distance free skating. So while you don't want to be waving your arms at your sides, you do kind of want to let your whole body sway with the pump. Like lean in with your shoulders and let your whole body move and flow with the pump. Think of this as leaning in with your shoulder with your feet closely following. I would be careful with this one because it could be easy to look like you don't know what you're doing if you're just flailing your body everywhere. So I would say use this as more of a subconscious tip. Don't really focus on flailing your body around. Just let your body follow the motion of what your legs are doing. The next tip I have is watching other free skaters. So if you have somebody that free skates with you frequently, maybe look at what they're doing if you think it looks a little better than what your form is. Or better yet, you could go onto Instagram and find a whole lot of videos of people free skating and pay attention to where their arms are, how bent their knees are, how wide is their stance. In general, how hard are they trying to make it look that way, or do they look just super chill and like they're not trying at all? If you have a specific free skater in mind as far as their style and how they free skate, maybe reach out to them and see what they did to make it look that way. And then after doing all of this, make sure you put your phone down and film yourself and analyze your form. See what problems you might personally have with your form, if you have any at all. With free skating, all that matters is that you're having fun, and if you think you look great while free skating, then maybe you don't need this video. But I think every free skater, no matter what level they are at, should always strive to improve their form and just their skill level in general. At the end of the day, as I said in the beginning, this is all going to be about how much time you're spending on the free skates. So get out there and free skate, maybe use some of these tips. If they help you out, be sure to leave a like on this video. And make sure to watch this video up here talking all about free skating intuition. Thanks so much for watching, and roll with us.